It's so nice airport. People will watch you. It's a nice airport. People will watch you. So I'll advertise your shop for me.
Madam, good afternoon. The message
It's Christmas time, but there's hardly no petrol in the country. Everyone is struggling to get a petrol. Were you able to get petrol this morning? Get petrol this morning?
No, not this morning, this afternoon.
And how much were you paying?
Oh, we State.
But we say you got petrol.
Black market, yes.
Wow. Well, someone is just telling me down there at the barber shop, all the way in Ogun State, that's where they were able to pick up the petrol. As you know, there's not enough 24 hours electricity in the country. And as you can see, everyone is hustling as well. This is a barber shop that I have my normal haircut. But the most important thing is, people are trying to do what they can do. But if there's no petrol again, I don't know how they're going to run their business without the full 24 hours electricity. Again, as usual, my name is olayomi Koiki, Nigeria diaspora, coming live to you all the way from Lagos. I can tell you it's very hard there this morning. I've been out all over the place. There's no petrol in the country as we speak now. The fares have gone up. Those traveling back to the village will probably have to struggle a lot to get back to the village. What the government is doing about this, I don't know. But we expect the government to know this is a festival time. People are also coming into the country. There's no petrol all over the place. People are paying huge amounts of money just to be able to get petrol. That is unacceptable. Already there's a lot of poverty in the country, and people also struggling, just to be able to get petrol to run their business. Once again, it's olayomi Koiki coming live from a very lovely, exclusive barber shop. We'll also have some conversation along the line as well. I'm getting ready for the Christmas. We have a lot of places we're going to be showing you, see what the difference is between celebrating Christmas in the country. A lot of people will be going without no food. Make sure you do your own little bit to help your community. We've said that so many times. It's a festival period. Let's try to do something for our community. So how's business today? We're busy today? But they've been charging the same money for your client, or you have to increase the money as well. I said, have you been able to increase the money for the haircut, or is it the same? You've increased. The price after this morning is going to about 300 naira per liter from 145 naira, and that is what people are paying just to be able to get petrol. 145 naira to 300 naira is quite a lot. There's a lot of black market. I don't know what is happening. It's just a couple of days to Christmas, and people cannot even get petrol to run, their businesses. People can't get a petrol to run, their own seasoning time for this Christmas. We hope the federal government is doing whatever it can within their power to make sure petrol gets into all the petrol stations as quickly as possible, because this is becoming unbearable. I had an interview this morning, but I couldn't attend because I couldn't get a petrol to get into the car to take me as far as going towards Shongo or this morning. So I had to cancel a very, very important interview this morning because I could not get a petrol to get me out of the house. A lot of diaspora already flowing into the country. They'll be surprised and shocked that they might not be able to move around as much as they want to because there's not enough petrol to run their cars, their generators, to feed their houses. It's just really terrible. In 2017, one of the richest countries in the continent, but we're still struggling to get it 24 hours electricity, and we don't even have the petrol to even run the generator. It's really, really terrible. We hope a lot of people, that are following us are seeing the reality. I've been out already just to get the feel. All the petrol station in my area, there's no petrol in there. So are you getting ready for Christmas? Are you going to celebrate Christmas? Why? If you're celebrating Christmas in another part of the world, I cannot say you should pray, but I can only say we must all come together to make sure things are done properly. It's not just sitting down behind the social media, but also we must also try and do our own little bit. We cannot fix the whole problem in one go, but every one of us has a responsibility. Mine is to show you what is happening. The next person is to take it from there. As you can see, the gentleman is saying to me, what is the point of Christmas? A lot of people are spending huge amounts of money globally now for Christmas. Even with your money, you cannot get a petrol. I have cash with me, but I can't get a petrol. The electricity at home is not stable. That means I cannot even have a very good Christmas because I can't get the petrol. And if you're able to get a petrol, you're probably paying about 300 to 400 naira per liter, all the way from 145 naira. It's really, really, terrible. It's been like this for a very long time. It's not just about one particular political party. It's about getting the right things done properly, in this country, and that is the only way forward.
Turn the corner in recent weeks.
Until we have the leaders that can move us properly into the next, to make life really, really easy for people. If you go out on the street, people are really hungry, people are upset, and that is just the message. You might be having a very good Christmas, your turkeys out there. I think it's about 25,000 naira. How much are they sell turkey now? 27,000. Well, to get a turkey is 27,000 naira. I think chicken is about 5,500. Well, forced scarcity is already kicked in. A lot of people are already angry and upset because there's no petrol. I was buying the gas this morning. 1 minute. How many kg? I bought the gas this afternoon, 3,800 for a 12.5 kg. That is what it is in the country. A lot of people are really saying, where is the change that we voted for? Christmas in Nigeria, it's not going to be Christmas in the UK or Christmas in Canada. I'm not going to say just pray, because prayer is what a lot of us have been doing for years. It's time for action. Do your own little bit, and the world will be a better place. There's a lot of Amatano. As you can see, my eyes are so red. So much dust. So was it like this last year? Christmas? No petrol as well?
Yeah.
For subsidy.
They try to do it. So, wait for me.
You're living in Nigeria, maybe you might want to tell us how you've been able to get petrol in the last 48 hours. How much are you paying for your petrol? A lot of people have been buying it for 300 naira per liter. How much have you bought yours this morning or yesterday? Happy birthday to our own lovely Sister Ronke and Lee Udofia. Happy birthday to you. Also happy birthday to Agzoba Bankole Abiodun, and also happy birthday to our own lovely grandmother. Adbeson Oluwaseun mother is 75 today. Happy birthday. Christmas is around the corner, but I don't know how you're going to be expecting people to celebrate Christmas when there's no petrol in the country. I had a very, very important interview this morning. I couldn't get a petrol, and there's no way I could reach going all the way that side. Even I have the cash, but we couldn't get a petrol.
Yes, of this is
10 liters, 4,000 naira, as you can hear. In the country where we have a lot of crude oil, it's also terrible. I don't know what the solution is. Maybe somebody might tell me what the solution is. How can we be buying 10 liters for 4,000 naira? It's terrible.
Why they say my message no issue? Or cannot tell you?
In a country where we have so much to offer everybody, but the oil wealth is owned by individual, and individual have this money, and yet they're making life difficult for the poor people. It's very terrible. I received my power bank all the way from Manchester this morning. Thank you very much to Adisa. I really appreciate it. It's a Christmas coming early. Now, with no electricity, I think I have a very good power bank. I'll take that one down.
You know, say what I
You have to have power bank now because this is a country that doesn't have 24 hours electricity.
My friend wife came from Germany.
Okay, so the one in the estate.
Yeah, I want to see them.
Yeah. This is a country with so much wealth. It's terrible.
He don't know anything about my home.
If you want to join the conversation, send me a request. I'll bring you on there. If you want to join, just send me a friend a request, and I will add you on to this very special edition. Let's see if we can bring Ihenacho to join us. Christmas is days with no petrol in the country. It's very terrible. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much, Prince Eze Ihenacho, advocate for humanity. I'll let you tell my listeners, those are watching, what is this problem of fuel scarcity in 2017 in Nigeria when people are about to set up to enjoy the Christmas time. I know it's quite noisy at my background, but I'll let you have your own say, and on those that are watching, you can see and listen to you as well.
Thank you very much, olayomi Koiki. I'm so impressed by what you're doing, bringing it home to humanity. I am saddened. I am depressed. I feel ashamed. Obviously, I'm not surprised, because in a world where we are actually being led by human beings who have no understanding of what humanity is, who have no value for themselves. Now, when you don't have value for yourself, you won't have value for anyone else. I mean, think about it. This is a nation, an oil-producing nation, that should have more than sufficient to even give others. Now, we are talking year in, year out, every Christmas. I don't care what is responsible for it, whether people are hoarding petrol or whether there is not enough to go around. It is a shameful act. It is evil. It is, I don't know how to describe it, because I'm searching for, an adjective to qualify it with. It is embarrassing that people can be subjected to such level of suffering. Okay, for me, as far as I know there are factors both within and outside Nigeria responsible for this madness. Now, I can't understand how we can reduce humanity to this level. Now, I'm asking, is this the change we were promised? Is it what this change means? Hasn't humanity suffered enough? Are we going to continue on this platform where human beings are actually operating like wild animals, where humanity can be subjected to this level of mediocrity? It is embarrassing. The thing is, I've kept saying it, so long as our world continues to malfunction, I don't care which part it is malfunctioning from, so long as Nigeria and Africa continues to malfunction, the rest of the world will never know peace. But I tell you something, this world is evolving, and I do know that even though we think we haven't got time, there is enough time for the owner of humanity to intervene, because humanity is not owned by any individual, any community, any nation, any continent. It is an illusion for people to think that they will continue to do this evil unto humanity and think that they are not going to be destroyed for it. Humanity is not owned by anyone. The quicker we all understand this, the better for everyone. I am just horrified just listening to you. This is what happens year in, year out. Why is the question? Why and why and why? And we need answers very quickly. We don't want to be seeing this next year. Somebody has to do something. I'm calling on any of these crazy leaders in Africa. And I'm not joking, I mean it. This is madness. If you don't know what you're doing, just get out of there and stop destroying humanity. I am very upset. I am angry. Okay, and I have to be. I want humanity to honor the first African leader that should just vacate quickly, just for the love and posterity of humanity. We can't carry on like this. There are capable hands that can turn things around very easily. We can't have people that are clueless running the show, and we cannot be playing games with words. We need to call it the way it is. And all those who are operating from outside that are responsible for this evil on humanity should desist from it. We have carried on year after year since time immemorial trying to repress, subdue, and demean humanity. Now, I just want to warn everybody, I don't care which office you occupy or what uniform you wear. I need everybody to know that since time immemorial, this has been the occupation of humanity trying to subdue itself. I think time is enough. And those who have been doing it, I can assure you, think about it. 6 to 8 million Jews were slaughtered, were killed. But of course, look at the Jews today. And those who took part in doing that, where are they today? All I'm saying is, if you continue to do this, you are going to be destroyed, okay? Because history has shown that nobody can actually destroy humanity because humanity is not owned by anyone. My dear, I'm so angry, but I thank you for bringing this home to us.
For how long will this have to continue? Because humanity is really suffering. And to be honest with you, for those that are living outside the country, you got to understand that there's a lot of poverty in the country. People are already angry because this is the festival period of time where all over the world people should be enjoying and having a good time. But we are talking in less than 48 hours now. There's still not petrol at the petrol station. People have been paying huge amount of money just to get petrol. And as you can see, this is a very small scale business. These are guys that doesn't have any kind of benefit from the government. They're paying everything just to run these very small businesses. I was speaking to the gentleman. They have to travel. For those of you that doesn't understand, a lot of people have not been in Nigeria for a very long time. Getting a petrol all the way in Ogun State is like you are moving, like traveling as far as going to Luton just to get 10 liters of petrol. This is really unacceptable for a business that is in Lagos, but I have to travel as far as Ogun State to get a petrol. What is the message? Because it looks like the message is not really hitting the ground, and everybody is just sitting down behind their wall and thinking things will change until individual takes responsibility now, to voice out. Yes, somebody might say, well, you don't have to talk against the government or all that. We're not talking about against the government. We're talking about the government doing the right thing for the citizens that are not already enjoying the benefit that a lot of us are enjoying living outside the country.
Well, let me be very frank with you. This is not a problem that has just started. I was in Nigeria last two Christmas ago. I faced the same problem. Now the truth is this, okay? We have to point at leadership because that is where it is. Anybody telling you not to criticize leadership in this, okay, is part of the problem. Leadership has to be held responsible. They are the ones that say they can change it. Now let me say this to you.
Me, I don't go. I don't let me say this to you. I'm listening to you, Prince.
You're still with me. Brilliant.
I'm still with you.
Now, let me say this to you. Yes, we are going to have a solution. I'm quite sure you have an idea what we are planning. There has to be a solution. Now, I tell you something. We have to find a way, because what we are looking now at is how to do what we call social mobilization, because that's the only way to change it. It's going to be from bottom up. We can no longer rely on the top down, because top down, top is corrupt, top is destroyed, top cannot do it. We have to go from bottom up. And I tell you something, let next year start, so long as life permits and God Almighty, the Creator, permits. We must actively get involved in a very, very big way to engineer proper social mobilization that is going to transform humanity. I keep saying it, and I need people and I need your audience to hear this. The only reason why we are suffering in this life is quite simply because we did not understand what this is all about. Okay? Human beings made policies based on deluded concepts, ideologies, and theories that have frustrated the ingenuity and creativity in mankind. That is what it is. I need people to know that 7 billion people we are talking about in this world means 7 billion creativities and ingenuity in this world. But we have developed theories and concepts that have repressed and subdued the ingenuity of man. But I tell you something, God is ready, and I am asking human beings to get ready, because that has to change. We have to do everything that it takes. And let me tell you something, anybody who tries to be in the way of stopping humanity from actually coming to life will face the consequences, because God, the owner of the ground upon which we stand, upon which we try to dictate what happens, the owner of that ground has spoken. Humanity can no longer be refreshed. Humanity will find its way out of this madness. And anybody who stands in the way of humanity of doing this will face the dire consequences. Okay? Because no one is immune from death. No one is immune from all the afflictions of this life. So don't be in the way. Let's free humanity for the first time in the history of mankind. This has to stop. Enough is enough. This is absolute madness.
Well, you're quite right. You know, my advocate for humanity. I'm just showing a live feed of the road. As you can see, there's quite a lot of dust. You know, people
Tell
are
me
just
about
living.
it.
You know, sometimes you just wonder. You know, are we in 2017? Why are things not done properly? A lot of these leaders come outside the country. They move around. They go to Germany. They go to America. They go to
Embarrassing.
UK.
It's
And
shameful.
as you can
Shameful.
see, you know,
Without
it's just so
shame.
terrible. And people are working extremely hard in whole ash Amatan, in no weather that is very harsh. You know, as much as we have everything in this country, as you can see, people are working hard. You know, these are the Okada rider. People are blending the pepper. There's a yam seller. There's a fruit seller. But yet, getting their produce into this particular axis of the road, they can't even get the petrol. And the question mark is, do we have those that are really, you know, have the same human sympathy, you know, for people? You know, and this is what I want you to touch about now. You know, do people have real sympathy, human sympathy now?
I need you to know that you see all those people running around there. You see all these human beings running around there. These are serious potentials. These are creativities. These are ingenuity, running around without proper direction. Look at the children being wasted. These children have got various talents, various abilities, but nobody is doing anything to actually help them to harness their unique attributes, let alone maximize it. This is so sad. My heart bleeds. And we have idiots roaming around us, telling us that they are leaders, running around with sirens, running around, zooming around. It's like there is nothing in the brain. I am screaming because I feel the pain, and it's all to do with pain. But you know what? There is something called righteous anger. If you are a human being and you don't have righteous anger towards the wickedness of this earth, towards what is happening to the children of this world, look at what you're showing me. A lot of the people you see running around there are potential saviors of this world in terms of the ingenuity and creativity they are carrying. But because you have blind leadership, because you have leadership that, as far as I'm concerned, are being propelled from outside, that have no interest in the local people that they are supposed to be serving, because you have wickedness in high and low places. This is the result of it. This is what you see. What you're seeing here is the byproduct of the level of madness happening in humanity. But I tell you something, the owner of the ground, that ground you're watching, the ground you're watching, where everything we do, we do from. That ground, the owner of that ground is ready to act. But I ask humanity, I ask everybody, do not stand in the way, because humanity must survive this wickedness. Bad cannot triumph over good. Trust me, the evil of this world cannot triumph over good. Good will have the upper hand in the end. And that will commence as I speak. And people are ready. People are ready. You can see already what is going on. You have seen what the EFCC did to the owner of this innocent group. You have seen what Punch newspaper is claiming against Professor Imafidon of all places, of all people. Professor Imafidon that is renowned in England. It is only the Punch newspaper in Nigeria that can start talking rubbish about Professor Imafidon. This is how Africans, this is how Nigerians continues to destroy the light, continue to try to demean what they have. They want to blind themselves, and they've continuously blinded themselves. But the time is here for humanity to say, no, 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 no. We can no longer take this. This is no longer on. We have to act. There has to be action. And the power belongs to the people. Power belongs to the people. Forget about all these gimmicks. Power indeed belongs to the people. And the people are speaking slowly. You watch GT Bank and see what will happen to GT Bank. You watch Punch newspaper and see what will happen to Punch newspaper. Because humanity is reacting, and humanity must react. We can't carry on like this. This is absolute madness. What future have children of this world got in this miserable world led by confused people who do not want to own up to their limitations? Look, I've made it clear. The two combinations that is just causing what you're seeing there, what you're seeing and witnessing there. There are two major combinations, because on one hand, you have people, individuals, communities, and nations who are obviously blind from their obvious limitations. They don't see their limitations, which are obvious. On the other hand, you have crazy people who have no clue about the strength they possess. And I know you can work out who belongs to where. Alternatively, you can do it from this angle that we have liars who have flooded this world with evil concepts, ideologies, and theories. And then on the other hand, you have foolish people who are lazy that have subscribed to all these malfunctioning concepts, ideologies, and theories. These are the combinations we have that is just creating this madness you see in this world. But I tell you something, the time is here and the time is up, and I believe that humanity is going to react. Humanity must react because the time is right to react. We can no longer carry on this like this. It is impossible. It is unsustainable. It is unsustainable. So please, and I need people to know that it is also an illusion. When people tell you there is too many people in this world, it's a lie. It's a complete nonsense. I want people to know, and I've been properly lectured on this, to know that, look, let me be frank with you, the smallest star is bigger than this earth, yet there are billions of stars up there, and they all have their places. There is no problem. The world is too big to take triple the amount of people currently in it today, which stands at less than 8 billion. Okay, so there is more than enough space to take everybody. And the world is fully and well resourced. Like I said to you, the problem we have in terms of showing the creativity in man, the problem we have in terms of advancing what we have in life is because humanity has held itself at ransom. Humanity have developed policies, ideology, theories that have crippled humanity itself. So that's why the real ingenuity of man hasn't really come through. The real productivity of man hasn't come through. The real creativity in man has not come through because human beings have advanced themselves into restricting themselves. But I tell you something.
It looks like everybody has been owed to bondage.
That's right. The time is here. We must free humanity. We must do what it takes to free humanity. We are agents of change, okay? And we all have it in us. All of us, like you rightly said, your job is to bring it to people. There are other people whose job is to take it forward. My job, I know, is to make sure that all these concepts, all these ideologies, all these theories that have underpinned this woeful world are revealed to the world. And I am happy to also tell you what we need to do to change it. I couldn't do it all on my own. I'll do my aspect, just like I tell you, we are like an engine. Each part has a role to play, okay? I'll do my part, you do your part, everybody will do their part, and you will find the engine will start roaring. The engine will roar, and nobody is going to be on its way. Nobody will prevent that engine from roaring, so long as everybody is doing their damn little best. So I thank you for
Well,
the news
thank you
you're
very
bringing.
much.
It is
Thank you
inspirational.
very
You're most
much. And
welcome.
we will be bringing a very special edition of what Christmas looks like on the 25th of December. We're going to go out there
Brilliant.
and see, maybe or not, we might see every children having a proper meal, or maybe they're still on the street on a Christmas day begging or trying to survive. And that will be my edition for the Christmas day, which I'll be bringing live to the audience. I know a lot of people will be at home in all over other part of the world, but also remember those that are trying to do something, work with a lot of NGOs, work behind the scene. You know, it doesn't have to be a particular person, but try your own little bit. Like I said, mine is just to bring it to you the way it is.
Well
I
done.
might not have the power or the means to take it to the next level. Well, as
No
you can see,
worries.
I've got a very powerful power bank that came in all the way from
Yeah.
Manchester this morning. And I'd
Well
like to say a
done.
big
Well
thank you
done.
again for those that
Keep
are
up the
working
good.
behind the scene, you know, making sure
Keep
that we
up the
can bring
good
this
work.
live coverage to you. And
Keep up
thank
the
you
good
very
work.
much to
Can I
everybody that are
ask?
watching.
It seems you finished your hairdo. Is that right?
Yeah, yes, I have already. I'm on my way home now. Yes, I have.
Well done. And make sure it's not too nice that they might snatch you from your wife. Okay.
Thank you.
Listen,
Thank you very much.
you have a
All
pleasant
right.
day and compliments of the season to you.
Same to you, please. Well, that is it all the way from Lagos again. Thank you very much to everyone that have joined. Once again, maybe you might have got the petrol. I don't have one. Maybe you've bought it at 145, or maybe you're paying 300 per liter for it. Once again, let us continue to be our brother's keeper this particular season. No matter how small, make sure you reach out to somebody new. Reach out to somebody out there that needs our help. Think about somebody else, and the world will be a better place. All the way from Lagos, Nigeria, my name is olayomi Koiki. Coming live to you, and thank you very much for those of you that have joined us already.